Off we go from Las Vegas. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Right to the air is Mahomes. And incomplete to open things up.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They find some open field here. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And some room to work. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 47 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because
and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in Vegas. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback standing at 6'2" from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week. 10 carries, 65 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6. This defense for the Chiefs, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. throw. It's Garoppolo. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down.
The Raiders at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
And that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 33. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 10 more there and another first down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more.
Oh, the out route, he finds Hardman.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! Tony Pollard, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
7-7, our score after 1. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. He finds his man, Sky Moore. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And some space here. Oh, what a move. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes the score 14-7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And, Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And some room to maneuver. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, stand ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
On first down, Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Chiefs are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
When you're in man coverage, you have help over the top, you become a much more confident defender. Trail the receiver and know that someone over the top can make a play, and that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the grab. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Working from the gun, Mahomes.
No hesitations. They go right back to Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers.
Touchdown! Travis Kelsey, a 20-yard touchdown.
And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now 21-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it culminates in a Travis Kelsey touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders offense ready to go. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Garoppolo now, first down throw. And this is caught by Watkins. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And that one going nowhere from the start, as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Garoppolo on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders.
Quez Watkins,
27 yards.
And the Raiders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Travis Kelce and the Chiefs set to take over again. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that. Charles, defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him?
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Here we go.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Holding offense.
Colton Miller, former first-round pick, called for the penalty there. On second down, it's Pollard.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw into the hands here of Hardman.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. To throw is Garoppolo. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Garoppolo now. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Mecole Hardman from 10 yards out. And the Raiders are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 21. Play drive that time. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Room here to run. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
127 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Mahomes now on first down. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big pickup of 38.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like 2 excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other.
He finds more in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
A great effort there. There to make the grab as they have taken the lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they will take a 7-point lead. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it was Sky Moore capping things off with a touchdown reception. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go.
They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense? Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him the first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
This is complete to Watkins on the slant. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up second down. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And one more time, that's Watkins. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a give here to Pollard. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. Here's Pollard again. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on third down.
Then their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Jet sweep. Garoppolo taps it forward, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The Raiders on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will stay at a 7-point game. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
To throw again on second down, Mahomes. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. The Raiders Receivers heading out to take over. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Garoppolo. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. He takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. There's Garoppolo to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Garoppolo. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 35-yard line. 13. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Go ahead.
Complete to number 87.
They'll run for it with Pollard. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. And look, they got it. Good for them, but they were within his range. I know that would have been a long field goal. I'm kind of surprised he didn't kick it, though.
I guess what he's going to have to do is frame it as, I just had so much confidence in the offense there, that's why I went for it. It's not me saying you couldn't have made that field goal. I'm going to need you later. Stay ready.
Yeah, he did have the one miss earlier, but you're right. Stay ready. There's still plenty. And this is caught by Watkins for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again.
After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here, or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Kadarius Toney.
60 yards.
And the Chiefs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead now up to 14. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. So Jimmy Garoppolo and the offense down by 2 touchdowns, 2:14 to play. They're down to 1 timeout plus the 2-minute warning, so speed will certainly be of the essence. Down 2 scores late. On first down, Garoppolo taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Play action, Garoppolo taking a deep shot here for Hardman. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. 21. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And this is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now here's Pollard. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll take a break.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Raiders have got it back to within a score.
Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just over 90 seconds to play, and this would figure to be about as critical as it gets here. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have 1 timeout. You look at the clock, and let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. Chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's got some space here. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
170 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
because normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one.